What's up, everybody? Here I am out in the garage late at night, as is my way. Everybody's asleep and there's work to be done. Now, the work today is a little bit complicated because, man, if you haven't noticed, I haven't put out a workshop-based video in quite a while. It's been a huge mess out here. I've been having air conditioning issues that had to be fixed, cabinetry stuff that had to be fixed. I mean, I'm still doing cabinets. I had to, cut a section out of some of these and lower them down, make them shorter. It's just been a big mess. I've got all sorts of organization I've got to do. There's just junk everywhere, and it's a huge pain. And it's all stuff that I have to get done at some stage. And it just keeps piling up. I mean, you name it. Cabinets, kids' airplane's broke, I gotta fix it. This cross that we've had in the house forever broke, so I gotta fix it. I mean, I've got to organize all of my screws and things, and I can mount them to the wall over there. Like, it's just non-stop. It is non-stop stuff to do. But today, I am tired of having my bandsaw that's brand new and never been used. I'm tired of it sitting on the ground in amongst the pile of mess that I have sitting with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a stand for it, get the stand set up, and have it where I can move it around. The idea is to have something along the lines of my router that's hiding down there. So the router, whenever I need it, it can come and sit right here on this table, and I can use it to build whatever I need to build. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some of the spare wood I've got left over from where I had to frame some stuff up in the house. And, well, my blocks are all preset here for cabinetry. So, when you need a tool, you make a tool. So there's a block for these holes in my old school workbench. And if you look, there's this brass pin that sits up here, and you can bolt long things into your vise using those. It's kind of a neat process, and it works like a charm. You just have to have the right stuff, or make the right stuff when you need it. Anyway, so I'm going to have this thing set up where I can put a piece of wood in here and maybe have another pinhole here or something like this. It'll go down into one of these and support itself strongly when I clamp this vise down, and have my bandsaw mounted to that on a foot switch. So it'll be right here anytime I need to use it. And then when I'm done, my plan is to open this, pick it up, and then hide it underneath some of my other stuff so it doesn't have to sit out all the time. So let's engineer a method. Let's get to work. All right. Build another piece like this that'll fit down in there and square this up. Sometimes old school better than new tools. I tend to find that when you have to use the tool by hand, you just do a better job. That may be a big laugh because I am building a stand for a electric belt saw, or bandsaw I should say. But the only reason I've got that bandsaw is so I can cut metal faster, because cutting metal is terrible and dangerous, and that'll make it a whole bunch safer for me. And I need these fingers so I can throw a baseball at my kids one day. So that's why I'm doing this. So my plan here is going to be to build a support. This notch, I don't know if you can see if there's a notch here. That notch is going to rest against the support. I'm going to drill a hole through this handle. It's going to bolt in to the two upright pieces of wood. So you notch back there, and then that piece of wood, they're going to keep this thing from moving around a whole lot. And I'll probably put some stuff down here to keep this handle from twisting, so it can't go backwards or forwards, it can't kick out, and it can't twist. That's the goal here. So we're going to see if we can build this thing up to match that goal. That's pretty good. Pretty good, I'd say. It's all fitting in nicely. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come into the top of this. This handle is not, there's not a hole through it. Alright? I'm going to drill a hole through it, and what we're going to do is we're going to drill through, all the way through, and then we're going to run a big bolt. I think I've got an old bolt that'll fit all the way through this and lock that whole top in place. And once that top part's locked in place, this thing ain't going anywhere, because if you look again, there's a ledge on the side of the tool on both sides, and that's going to sandwich in and hold against that ledge. I think we are going to be in pretty good shape. Let's find out. I've got a backrest on this thing. You can see how this kind of, it's a U shape, and it fits against this piece of wood here, which works pretty well to keep that thing relatively solid. You can see I've got a nice bolt going through there. This is obviously not fully fastened down, so it's a little loose right now. What I'll do is I will shim this thing out a little ways and get it good and tight, and once it is, I'll probably cut these top pieces off and put a piece of wood across the top just to kind of toughen this thing up, make it a little more solid. I might even add some reinforcements down at the base here. We'll see how it all pans out. In the end, I'd like this to be good and strong. I don't want it falling. I also have a nice piece of steel that will be the cutting table here, as opposed to this piece of junk, which is widely accepted to be garbage. So we'll put a real piece of steel on there as the cutting table. And I think that's pretty darn close. So that's going to be enough for time being. I'm kind of done. Like, it's late. I want to be finished with this for time being. It's good work for now. All right, it's all on there solid. So it's going to turn out great. But I am going to surrender. So I'm calling it there. Have a great night, and get this thing back set up and working on it again. We'll finish this out. So, have a great night. Thanks.